Good morning everyone, I'm Gary Martin and today you're joining me for a new series of making a simple golf swing. So this video has been inspired by a conversation that I've just had with Keith Morris, who was up in Scotland. He had to pack the game in, and after 5 years he's just been given the go-ahead to start again, and he's getting back into golf, and he can't remember how to swing a golf club. He's been shanking it, he's not been hitting it very well, and it sounds like he's quite upbeat, he's looking forward to getting into golf. But I thought that this video today, or this series, would be very relatable to maybe somebody who's been out of the game for a long time, somebody getting into the game, or possibly somebody that started the game but not really had any golf lessons. And I know that on this channel we've done the series with Tahid and we've got the series with Jadzia, but they're more about the playing on the course. We like to do the playing stuff, and this series is going to be a bit more of a quick fire sort of drills on where to start and how to build a simple golf swing. So when we're talking about a simple golf swing, we're talking about a golf swing for a mid to high handicap golfer. If you're a scratch golfer, you're not going to gain much from this. But if you're a newer golfer or a mid handicap golfer, I think you will learn something along the way. And what we're going to start with today is how I would introduce the first movement in the golf swing. So starting from hip to hip, because that's the part of the golf swing where you hit the ball. And it's a part of the golf swing that for a newer golfers, quite easy to control if you have the tuition, but there's quite a few misconceptions, and I can tell you that because I've taught a lot of new golfers, and we'll move on to that. So we're going to start to learn the golf swing from underneath hip height. We're going to start to learn what sort of shape of swing we need and what position your club face should be in. Now, for most newer golfers, there's a little bit of a misconception here that the golf swing should be straight back and straight through down the target line, and it's not in fact true. The golf swing has to be in to square to win. So one of the positions that I teach my newer golfers is that once they've addressed the ball, is they've got to use their shoulders and the chest, keeping a triangle in the arms like this. They've got to use the shoulders and the chest to rotate around the spine. So they're rotating until the club gets down the line of the toes. So that's the shaft here is in line with the toes. And then keeping this triangle, they're going to rotate, square, and then rotate on the way through. So the shaft gets down the line of the feet at this side. So I'm encouraging them to use the shoulders and the chest, because what I see a lot of, for people that's uncoached, is that they use their hands to create this shape. So they might have sort of seen this shape of swing on a tutorial, but they're not actually using the right body parts to make the motion. So it's really important that you try to keep this triangle in your arms and try to feel like your shoulders and your chest are what's leading the movement. So it's not the hands that are driving here. We're not taking the hands away like this. We're trying to create a movement from across the chest and the shoulders to deliver that club so it's down the line of the feet, and then let the weight of the club fall, and as you rotate your shoulders to this side, the shaft again is down the line of the feet. So I'm going to demonstrate a shot. So it's come off straight, so that's what I would encourage you to practice. Rehearsing that movement, trying to strike the club and get the ball started off in a straight direction. Now, it's really important that we understand the relationship between the club face as well. When we're making this movement, it would be quite easy to sort of correctly make the movement across the chest and the shoulders, but then get the club face in the wrong position. All right, so you can see that club face. The face is pointing to the floor. That's actually, in fact, in a closed position. If we was to use the hands a little bit here, we make the movement across the chest and the shoulders, we could end up with the club in a bit of an open position, so the club face is now pointing to the sky. So it's really important that you're aware of what the club face is doing, and you try to set the club face once you're turning your shoulder, your chest, so that the toe of the club is up to the sky here. All right, and then as you make that rotation with your shoulder and chest through the ball into the follow through, again, you've got your toe up to the sky at this side. So that is coaching you how to swing the club on plane with a square face. Now, I don't want to get into too much detail, but you may have seen other coaching videos, or you may have got friends that are working on a different shape of swing where their club face might be a bit stronger. But listen guys, we're trying to keep this series simple. So we're teaching you a simple way to swing a golf club, one that's easy to execute for a newer golfer. So don't be confused by that one. So I'm going to give you a bit of a side-on view on this. So setting up, again, feeling like the spine is a pivot and using the shoulders and chest to deliver that golf club into the backswing. So the shaft's down the line of the toes and the face is to the sky, and then rotating around the spine and trying to get the shaft again down the line of the toes and the face to the sky. Straight down the middle there, into the middle of the net. So don't take this part for granted, because this is the hitting area of the golf swing. And you know, I want you to be really confident about this before you watch part 2. So don't neglect it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll tune in for next week. Bye.